Hi, this is Ashley from ashleykay.com, where I reveal the raw naked truth on relationship success. Today I wanted to do a video on how women test men, why women have to test men, and the three tests, that women give men that you're probably failing, okay? So first of all, why do women test men? From a evolutionary point of view, it's in our DNA, a woman's DNA, to test men. And the reason she has to do that is because her survival is highly dependent on her tribe, on the people around her. And the closest person to her is her man, okay? And that's because women are the only ones who can give birth, who can have children. So when she's pregnant, she's not going to be able to go out and hunt, right? Hunt prey, hunt for food. She needs to stay in the tribe, in the home base. She needs to be protected. She needs to be given resources to feed her and her children. So she's very vulnerable. You know, she's highly dependent and reliant on the man, or on her tribe, the man. So this is in every single woman's DNA. It's built into us as a default, okay? So when a woman tests a man, a lot of times she's not even aware of it. She's doing this subconsciously because her survival instinct kicks in, and she knows, because from her biological point of view, she needs to ensure that the man she picks, the man she invests in the long term, is capable of providing for her the resources that she needs. He is reliable, you know, he can make her feel safe, and he can lead the tribe. Okay, she can depend on him. That's very important. So what is the best way for a woman to test a man? Does she just, like an interview, go to, on the first date, show up with a list of interview questions? If he answers all correctly, then that's it. So that's all she needs to do. Well, obviously that's not very reliable, because as we know, it's not too difficult for a man to lie. Okay, a man can lie about what he can offer her, what he can provide, and intuitively women know that. Okay, so women understand, most likely when she meets a guy in the beginning, the stuff he says to her, it's all surface level stuff to impress her. Although it will get her interested, if she's interested in him, at the end of the day, she needs to constantly test him to make sure he has what it takes to be her man, to be strong, to be a leader, to give her the resources she needs. So she needs to constantly test him to make sure she's picking the right person, because she can't just rely on his word. Her survival is absolutely linked to, whether she picks the right man or not. So it's very vital that she does these tests. Now, as a side here, if you fail a woman's test and she's in a relationship with you, and you fail her test, it will prompt her to test you even more, because at this point she's already put in a certain amount of time with you. She needs to make sure she's not going to waste even more time, so she'll throw you even more tests. So if you find yourself in a relationship with a woman and you're going through a rough patch, and you constantly can't make her happy, she's constantly upset about this, and you don't know what to do, what's going wrong, then most likely you're failing her tests. You probably don't even realize you're failing her tests, and you're just consistently failing her tests. If you fail her tests long enough, she's just going to dump you. She's going to leave you, or make your life so miserable that you dump her. So that's why it's important to realize this. Also, if you're just dating or courting and a woman throws a test your way and you fail her, most likely you're not going to even get into a relationship with her, because women will filter you out even faster. So it's different when you're in a relationship. She'll give you some benefit of the doubt, because she will be thinking, well, he did pass my test in the beginning, so I'll give him another chance. But there's not going to be unlimited chances here. It's not like, think of this as old school video games where you only have 3 life. Basically, you have a limited amount of life. If you screw it up, screw all your lives up, that's it, you're gone. So that's why it's important to realize that women do test men, why it's very important that they test men, and they're doing this without being conscious of it. So with that said, what are the 3 tests women give men? Test number 1, men have been failing this one probably since the beginning of time. If your woman's sitting next to you and she turns to you and says, "I'm hungry," what do you say? What does she mean when she says, "I'm hungry"? So some variations of "I'm hungry" is, "What should we have for dinner? What would you like me to cook?" Now, as a man, you're probably thinking, "Oh, I don't mind what she cooks. I like anything she cooks. I don't care." Well, if you were to say that to her, if you said, "I don't mind, what would you like to eat?" Or you said to her, if you're less sophisticated, you'd say to her, "Well, there's food in the fridge," implying that she should get up and get the food. Or even worse, you said, "I'm not hungry," then that's an instant fail, okay? Instant fail. All of those answers are instant fails. What she's really looking for when she says to you, "I'm hungry," or "What would you like to eat for dinner?" Where she's throwing a question to you to answer for her, she's testing your ability to lead her. So the best way to answer this is, "Let's go out to eat. I know a great restaurant around the corner." So that would be the best way to answer. So not only are you basically taking her by the hand and leading her to food, but you're also saying, keeping her in suspense and saying, "Let's go for a ride. Let's go on this adventure. I'm not going to tell you where we're going. It's a surprise." That will give you bonus points. Okay, test number 2. This one should be relatively easy, but I've seen some guys fail this one too in other ways. So if your woman turns to you and says, "Is she pretty?" about another woman, or she says, "Do I look fat in this? Do I look fat in these jeans?" right? Or, "I'm so stupid, I'll never get this." You should know, hopefully, you don't say, "Yeah, she's all right," or, "Yeah, your legs are a bit chunky in those jeans," or instant fails, okay? Instant fails. So basically, how you pass this test, what she's really testing you for is, can you make her feel important? Are you loyal to her? Because if she picks you, but your attention is not 100% on her, if you're not totally sure you want to share all your resources with her, if you're still kind of have one foot in, half one foot out, and you're still kind of playing the field in other ways, and you're giving her that impression, then it's going to trigger her insecurities. And if you didn't realize this, if a woman's insecure, oh, watch out for a shitstorm, because you're gonna feel massive amounts of pain in that relationship, all right? So where a lot of guys get this wrong, I've seen this in some cases, is a guy telling a woman, like, "I love you, but I'm not sure you're the person I should be with." Okay, if you tell that to a girl, I mean, it's okay to have doubts, right? But if you say that to a girl and you're still in a relationship with her and you're still with her and you haven't left, and you say, "I have doubts, but I still love you," then her insecurities is going to go through the roof, and she's going to feel such pain. She's going to make sure you feel such pain in the relationship. So it's not going to be pleasant to be in any relationship with a woman who is insecure, and you being the one triggering her insecurities. So make sure at all times, if you can, if your woman is insecure, to boost her self-esteem up, make her feel like the prettiest, most amazing most beautiful creature in the whole world, and you'd like devote yourself to her, because that's going to make her feel loyal to you, make her feel good around you, which will make your relationship a lot happier, a lot better. And if you do happen to trigger insecurities, always go back to reassuring her. Okay, reassure her constantly that she is the one you want to be with. She's the most beautiful, most amazing creature. Men who constantly get into trouble with women in a relationship just probably don't understand how important it is for a woman to feel secure, loved, and like the most beautiful treasured thing from her man, because it's important, vitally important to her survival. So keep that in mind. Make sure you're always making her feel safe and secure and loved. And test number 3, this last test, I'm a little bit cautious about sharing, because I know if you don't have your woman's respect already, if your woman doesn't respect you, this one will probably blow up in your face, okay? It probably won't work. It won't have the same effect as it's intended, but I'm just giving you a bit of a warning before I share this one of what's fail and what's not, because it can depend on your current dynamic with your woman. If you accidentally trigger your woman's insecurities and you just happen to walk over a landmine, and you will know when you do this, because you'll be having a normal conversation, everything is normal, and then all of a sudden your woman's facial expression changes, her attitude changes, her tone starts to get a bit edgier, she starts to snap back at you. That's when you know you triggered her insecurities. Something you've said triggered her. And this is where, once a woman's insecurities are triggered, she's going to subconsciously punish you for triggering it, for making her feel bad or whatever. So how she'll do it is by making it really hard on you. So what she'll do is bait you into either chasing after her, so she'll get really angry and run out of the room and expecting you to chase after her, or she will make you feel so guilty that you'll apologize to her, make her feel better, or she'll just say all the worst things, the nastiest things, just to make you angry. Okay, it could be all of those things really, but you'll know when she starts to get she starts to bait you. It's pretty obvious. That's when you know, I know where this is going, we're going down that road again. So that's when, if her insecurity is triggered, she's going to try to bait you into either chasing after her, apologizing to her, or just making you really, really angry. It's just her, I guess, way of making sure you don't do that thing again. Don't trigger her again. Don't make her feel bad again. So that's what she's doing. So a lot of guys, what they don't realize is, if you were to chase after her, apologize to her, get angry, in a lot of cases, and also ignore her. That's another one I didn't put in. If you ignore her, you shut down completely, because you're like, I don't want to handle this blowout. I'm just going to ignore her. I'm just not going to say anything. All those, in a lot of cases, is automatic fail. Okay, but there is something to that, because at the time she's not going to make on that you failed, because she wants you to make her feel better. But afterwards, she's going to think to herself, I thought I was with a strong guy. If I can bait him into making me feel good, into making him do these things, then maybe he's not as strong as I thought. Maybe he's a little bit weak. So, hey, I'll throw him another test. So if you did, run after her, apologize, basically gave her what she wanted, then don't be surprised if she throws another test at you, because now she's thinking, oh no, he kind of failed that one. That was actually a test for whether he's strong enough to be my man. He failed it. So now I have to test him again just to make sure he is strong enough, because like I said, if you fail a test, she's probably going to test you again just to make sure she's with the right person. Now, I know this one's really tricky, because if you That's what a lot of guys do, right? A lot of guys think I need to do this to make her happy, right? That's what most men think. But that's where you get into trouble, right? Because what she really wants you to do is to stand up to her. And why there's a warning here is she needs to have, in order for this not to blow up in your face, she needs to already respect you. So, how are you meant to react? How are you meant to respond the best way possible? Here's how to do it. If you notice she's starting to carry on, she's starting to bait you, she starts to get all like emotional, and to you, you think this is absolutely ridiculous. You know, you were just having a normal conversation, now she's like wanting to have an argument. Here's what you do. You look her firmly in the eye, okay, directly in the eye, and you say to her firmly, that's enough. I'm not going to have an argument with you. If you're going to carry on, I'm going to leave the room. I'm just going to go to bed. Okay? Firm. You're going to say it firmly. If you don't say it firmly, she's just going to think, she's going to test you again, right? She's like, he doesn't really believe what he's saying. I'm going to throw another one at him. And that's how you show that you're a strong man. You're not going to take her crap. Okay? If she's just wanting to bait you to make her feel good, that's what you need to do. So one scenario where this will probably blow up in your face and totally fail is, in the past you've always done what she wanted. If you've always done that and all of a sudden you do something different, do this, she's going to test you even more, because she's like, oh, hang on a second, you're not being consistent to how you used to be. So she's going to test you for consistencies, because if you're not consistent, then she can't rely on you either. She can't trust you either. She wants to see, oh, who are you really? Because I want to make sure the person I'm with is the person I'm with, okay? So she'll test you even more if you haven't done this in the past. So you want to make sure when you do this, you are consistent, you do it every time. If you do it every time, it won't be long when she just learns to shut up. She'll learn to shut up, and she'll learn to change her behavior really quickly, because she'll realize, okay, you're being serious now. She needs to change, okay? That will work as long as you do it consistently from the beginning. Okay, now this video has gone on way too long, so I'm going to end it here. I hope that's been somewhat helpful. At least it'll be interesting for those of you who are have always wondered why women do the things they do. Now you have a better idea. I will be back with another video soon. Bye.